Bedtime is such a great time to read to your children. We have some great bedtime stories. So for your younger ones, we have I Want to Be an Astronaut. This is a new one. We also have I Want to Be a Lion Tamer right behind me. And these are fun because they talk about occupations. They're board books, and it says, when I grow up, I want to be a race car driver. I'll test drive all the best race cars, and each one has a different occupation. This one is like adrenaline pumping occupations, and then the Lion Tamer book is about occupations with animals. So that's a really fun one for your young ones. Then we have new also is 5-minute bedtime stories. We also have 10-minute bedtime stories. And these are just short and gentle stories that are fun to read with your little ones before bed. And a lot of them are just our original stories. They aren't your classic fairy tales, although we do have some books that are great for that too. We have some combined volumes for of illustrated stories and such for that too. But these are cute little short 5-minute stories for before bed. It's a hardback squishy cover with a bookmark too. That's a nice feature. Then we have B is for Bedtime. This is a sweet, sweet book. It's about the alphabet, but all getting ready for bed. It says, A is awake, how I feel after dinner. B is for the book with my dad. It's a winner. C is for the clock that tick-tocks on the wall. And it's all about the bedtime routine in the alphabet. So it's really sweet. And then, of course, at the end, she's sleeping for Z and good night. So it's a cute, cute book for the young ones. Some of my favorite just regular storybooks are Dog and Mouse. This is by Michelle Nelson Schmidt, the author that I got to meet at the Usborne Books and More convention. She's fabulous. But her books are so great because they have such a great message. So this one is about Dog, and he's looking everywhere for a best friend. And then Mouse comes along and decides that Mouse is going to help him find a best friend. So they meet every day, and they look high and low and far and wide for a best friend for Dog. And then eventually Dog realizes that he already has a best friend, and it's Mouse. So it's just such a sweet story about friendship, and it kind of chokes me up a little bit. So be careful if you're emotional. You might cry, but it's a really sweet story. Then we have A Tale of Two Beasts. This is adorable. This is also great for teachers, not just a bedtime story, because this teaches point of view. This is a funny story about two different points of view. This is part one, The Strange Beast. So this is from the girl's point of view, where she was walking through the forest and she finds this little beast who is sad, so she decided to rescue it. And so it talks about how she's rescuing it and dressing it up and taking it to school and stuff, and then it runs away and she doesn't understand why. And then later is part two, is the terrible beast's point of view. And so the beast was actually having a grand old time, and this terrible girl ambushes them and takes him away and forces them to do all this stuff. So it's great for talking about how there's two sides to every story, and it's great for learning about point of view. So that's a great one. Sorry, I said great a million times, but it's great. Then last we have Olga de Polga. This is a sweet story about a hamster. This is by the same creator of Paddington Bear. And this is a heartwarming story about a hamster who, a guinea pig. What was I thinking? A guinea pig who finds a home, and she has like this wild imagination. She's always telling these crazy stories, and people can't decide, or the other animals can't decide if they believe her or not. So this is a good one that you could read a couple chapters a little bit at a time, and it's got beautiful illustrations. I love these illustrations, and it's such a sweet story. So that's a great one for reading a little bit at a time. This is just a small selection. Of course, we have a couple thousand books on our website that you can check out also.